So have you guys been in a situation when you was like, you are, you don't want to be seen, not because you're doing anything wrong, but it's like you not comfortable with your presence being known or recognized. But regardless of what you try or whatever you do, people are still going to notice you. I was in class back in the days when I was still in school. So I used to like to choose the back seat. Okay. I like sitting at the back. The reason why I wanted sitting at the back is because I was comfortable to have a general view of what is going on around in front of me. Okay. I wasn't usually comfortable with people sitting behind me. So I chose usually to sit at the back of the class. So there was this sometimes teachers walking and they are starting to teach you stuff. This and it's going on, the class is going on. And then maybe they are going to ask you a question. And those moments where you put up your hand and you answer the questions. And then all the guys put up their hand, whatever those guys, we had those front guys, the ones who used to sit at the front. And then we had the middle guys, then we had the back benchers. So we used to call them back benchers. And you being a person who doesn't want to be recognized, you not even put up your hand. But did you notice that the teacher will ignore everyone that has put up their hand, and they're going to choose you, who is at the back that hasn't even put up their hand. And actually, not because you do not know the answer. You do know the answer, but it's just because you don't want this attention. Okay, it's not like you're out there trying to seek everybody's attention, and you don't want attention getting drawn towards you. The teacher will still choose you, and to their surprise, you will answer that question perfectly. Okay, sometimes even with a bonus. Now, a chosen person is a person wherever they go. They are not like, they don't want to be people pleasers. They don't want to be out there dressed with the best attire, putting on the best shoes, the best makeup or whatever, things like that. They are guys who are very natural. Okay, but still, it is also a way whereby they are just trying to show up in public in a way that they don't want to attract any form of attention from anyone. But regardless of how silent you are, whatever it is you decide to dress, any way that you decide to move, you will still notice that when you go out chosen once, people are still going to notice you. You see, what is really happening is that there is an energy behind you. There is a spirit. There is some form of anointing on your life. And when you are around a group setting, you will see everybody will sometimes stop whatever it is they're doing. And you may notice these eyes turning around and they are going to actually look at you for some mysterious reason. You may sometimes think that, is it something with my dress? Is it something that kind of trouser you chose to wear? Or is it your shoes? Is it something to do with your hair? It's nothing to do with you. It doesn't even matter what you look like. I can promise you, you will not try even too hard to show up in anybody's presence. They still going to watch you. Even if you're in the crowd, you still recognize that there is somebody somewhere, somehow, they have still spotted you out in the crowd. So that's what happens to a chosen person. So you try whatever it is you can to lay low, okay? You want always to keep a low profile. And usually chosen people are very smart people, okay? You may be in a setting whereby there's something that you can say, okay? Before I started speaking, way back in time, before I started doing this speaking and life coaching, I used to be a very silent person, very, very shy person. You could not even believe Denzel Moses on the microphone. That is one of the last things you could believe. So usually it was because I knew there was something that I could say. There's something that I knew that I could share. But at the time, it's because I was kind of, maybe sometimes I could say maybe sometimes some chosen ones are coming from very difficult families or maybe sometimes very difficult backgrounds. And they have been kind of like been forced or been pushed to lay back and just observe. Okay, those are the guys who sometimes they lay back and just observe, and they will see things going on around them. They will see how people are behaving. They will see what they are doing. They will start reading people's body language, and they will understand what they're all about. But they will not actually come out and tell them, or even sometimes confront them. So those are the guys who don't like to confront people. But it doesn't matter, ladies and gentlemen, who you are. You're a chosen one. It doesn't even matter what you look like. It doesn't matter how tall, how big, how fat. It's not important. You're a chosen one. Your presence is always going to be recognized. Okay? There is something in you that is very difficult to explain. Okay? It's very difficult to understand, and it's very difficult to explain. There is something very mysterious around you. There's a very mysterious energy that you have that always shows up wherever you go, you know? And as a person who starts, the more you start kind of waking up and getting deeper into your awakening, you're starting to realize and to understand what is this energy all about. Okay, you're starting to, do some digging, and you're understanding what you are and what you've always been. You see, these things may not have made sense way back in time. You could have come up or showed up like a very quiet and shy person, somebody who just wants to stay behind the scenes. You don't want to show up. You know what you know. You can do what you do. You're very intelligent. You're very smart. There is things you can do, but you usually didn't want to show your presence. But when you keep on waking up, continue to wake up, you're now understanding the reason as to why that is how things have been all throughout your life. That is because you're different. Okay, you're a person who is different. You stand out, without trying. People will recognize you, however much you try to hide. It is one of the biggest signs that you're a chosen one. So it is your spirit. It is your energy. It is something that you embody within as a person, your soul. You have a very vibrant energy. And most importantly, you have got a very huge anointing on your life. So whatever it is going on that people recognize, wherever you show up, it is that anointing they see. Okay, this may manifest on the 3D as simple, mere, normal people looking at you. But on the 5D, there is actually other entities that are actually watching you. They know whenever I walk in that this is a very different person, because they can see your anointing is on a different level. So because you're a person who is very easily recognized, even sometimes without trying, sometimes it can make your life a little bit challenging, because it is like you want to say the least. Okay, maybe you've got a group meeting, you've got this meeting at work, and there's some other very important things they're trying to say. You know what it is needs to be said because you've been watching everything at work. Okay, but you don't want to say it. But still, for some mysterious reason, the work boss may choose that let so and so give us a presentation. And everybody is going to be shocked at the presentation you will give, because it is going to be extraordinary. It is going to be perfect to the core. Now, most of the times why you hear a lot of times people want to kind of confide in you. Did you know that sometimes you're walking out, you just when you're there walking out doing your own thing in the public, you're quiet, you're not bothering anyone, you don't enable anybody's space, you're just walking in your own lane, and then now you start to see, these people, sometimes people that you don't even know, they just show up, they want to give you a hug, they want to shake your hand, they want to stand there and start telling you some stories. All of a sudden you're now hearing people's stories, the things they have never talked to anyone, the things they have never told anyone, the things they have always kept to themselves. Having these strangers walking up, and now they're starting to tell you some things. Of all the people who is out of there, there's billions of people all over the world, but people will actually point you out when you show up, and they are going to stand next to you, and they are going to now start telling you their deepest inner secrets, and even sometimes the challenges that they haven't been able to tell anyone else. So it is all about the energy. Okay, normally they feel on the spiritual level, this is a very subconscious thing. So they feel like this is a soul I can talk with, and they're not going to judge me, or they may have an answer or two. There may be things they know that I don't, or stuff like that. You know what I mean? So your presence can't be hidden, is what I'm trying to say. Your presence can't be hidden. It is very difficult to hide if you're chosen one. Is why you see a lot of times chosen people, they tend to want spending time alone. They like spending time alone. They want their own space. They're not pretty much bothered with the public. They like being in their own corner, doing their own thing. That is because they know that these kind of things are happening wherever they go. Wherever they go out, they leave the house, that's when people start flocking towards them. For some mysterious reason. You don't even know where these people come from. You don't know how they show up. But for some reason, they show up and they're now starting to tell you all these things. And then you're thinking in your mind, like, there is lots of people around here, but why did they actually choose to gravitate towards you? That is exactly what happens. So a chosen one is a very powerful being. We don't talk about muscles. We're not talking about six packs or those bodies and stuff like that. We're talking about a person who is spiritually powerful, okay? And it is very difficult to ignore spiritual authority. I've told you guys that a chosen person is a person with spiritual authority. Even if there may be some things that you may not physically see or understand or acknowledge, spiritually, there's another energy that acknowledges that level of energy, okay? We're dealing with different forms of spirits, different types of spirits vibrating at different frequencies. Low vibrational spirits exist, but also high vibrational spirits exist. So if you're a person who embodies that spirit, a high vibrational spirit, then you can best believe low vibrational spirits will always recognize your presence wherever you go. So you may call it a phenomenon, but it is something that you will continuously see somewhere along your journey. It will even be more obvious the moment you wake up and you step deeper into your awakening and raising the vibration. So let us know what you think about the video, guys, in the comment section below. You guys do know I do love and appreciate your support. Please book a session if you want to. You may donate or support my channel if you want to. Everything you need, you will find it in the description below. And until then, I will catch you guys in my next one. There's the most signing out. Much love and blessings. Peace.